Good morning, everybody. It is 6 a.m. And because I am a steady person and I know that yoga is important and I have promised to deliver a very specific yoga schedule, I am awake and ready to go. Coffee in hand, but I'm probably going to not sit down on the floor because, as you see, I have a little yoga partner this morning. I decided it's probably safe to have her in here. She won't be climbing on top of me while I'm sitting in my chair. Made a little arrangement changes in my living room this morning, my inside yoga studio, if you will. I spent 2 hours yesterday peeling up all of the carpet tape glue off the floor so that my round mat will now firmly secure to the hard floor. And I have these 4 little tabs you might be able to see of Velcro to attach my rug to when I'm not doing yoga. So I'm very excited about that. That's really going to come into play on Wednesday. And on Thursday, when I'm delivering yoga where I'm actually not sitting in a chair. So I have set down my phone somewhere. There it is. That's important because it contains our routine for this morning. So let me pull up this morning's routine and chit chat just briefly about what we are doing today. So we are heading into this week with the last of our niyamas. I'm a little sad to come to the end of this 10 class series, or 10-week series rather, because it wasn't just one class. We carried that theme throughout several of the classes. But here we are. We have arrived at the final one, which is Ishvara Pranidhana. And the loosest translation I'll give you this morning for our workout, or for our flow, if you will, is surrendering or letting go. So what we're going to spend time on today is actually a little bit more relaxation than anything. So I'm going to go ahead and start us off. So I want you first to sit back comfortably in your chair, pull your shoulder blades backwards and down. So trying to press your shoulder blades against the chair, which will pull your belly button in, which will engage your side body waist. So it is a little bit of a working pose. I want you to stack your head above your shoulders. And I want you to create freedom and space to breathe in this pose. And I'd like you to close your eyes. And I'd like to encourage you to try to let go of anything that in the moment is occupying your mind, occupying your consciousness, maybe creating some anxiety for you or creating some tension for you. I'd like you to release that. And I'm going to give you a few minutes of music to listen to. You go ahead and close your eyes as I get this started. I invite you now to join me, coming back into the present as we start our practice for this morning. I'm going to set the speaker down and flip over to our notes. Welcome back. So we are going to first start off doing some exercises to reduce tension in the face. So take your hands, rub them together. Rub them, rub them, rub them fast. Make them nice and warm. Rubbing, rubbing, rubbing. And then take your hands and place them on your closed eyes. Dissolve any tension that you may be feeling on your eyes. Pay attention to any imagery that might be coming up. Sometimes when our eyes are closed with some pressure against them, we see some flashes of colors. We see flashes of shapes. We might see images move in and move out. Take note in it. Take some delight in it. Now place your thumbs down by your cheekbones, kind of in the middle of your cheeks, and then take your forefingers and starting in the center of your eyebrows, right between that spot, between your eyebrows, we call that the third eye or ajna. Go ahead and with some gentle pressure, start to massage your eyebrows, starting from the middle point and working your way out towards your temples, This is something that you can do when you have a bad headache. This is something that you can do anytime you feel the need to bring your energy down and to become calm and centered. This is something you can do when you're feeling a little restless and you want to become more tired. I used to do this on my children when they were babies to help them become sleepy. But in all honesty, this is soothing to anybody. And since we are focusing today on centering ourselves, self-care, I think it's important that you find ways to soothe yourself. And it's something that adults oftentimes have lost. It's something we want to teach children to do. It's something adolescents need to learn how to do. And in this stressful world, in these challenging times where we have to learn to let go and go with things as they are presented to us, we also need to find methods of self-care and ways to calm ourselves. And this one is a really effective one. Let's do that a couple more times. And then if you want, you can take your hands and just kind of gently smooth out the skin of your forehead, moving with the contours of your face, bringing the gesture, that caress of your forehead, bring it down the sides of your cheeks, bring it down your jawline and meet at the chin. Very nice. Take your hands to the space above your ears and just take all 8 of your fingers minus your thumbs, or you can place your thumbs against your jawline too, and just do some gentle pressured circles against the side of your skull above your ear. And then go ahead and find another point on your head a little higher to do that. Moving up. I'm moving up towards the crown of my head now. Very nice. And then go ahead and maybe brush your own hair back with your hands, moving it down. Go ahead and touch your neck, drawing your fingers down the front, the side, and the back of your neck. Even our own touch can be calming to us. And so it's a good idea sometimes to touch your own skin. It's not feel too weird about it. It's nice to do it when we're not feeling completely anxious and bundled up, but also do it when we're feeling calm. So we talk oftentimes about taking our lessons on the mat off of the mat. This is one of those lessons I would like you to take off of the mat. All righty. If you want to, you can massage your arms gently, starting up by your shoulder and just working your way with each arm down towards your wrist, down your forearms. Very good. And let's make a ball with our fists and just make gentle circles with our hands. Reverse that, going on the inside. I was going outside before, now I'm turning my balled fist towards the inside. Very nice. And then go ahead and place your hands. I'm going to put my glasses back on now that I'm done massaging my own face. Go ahead and place your hands either back towards your hip creases on the top of your thighs. or you can even have them further forward depending on how you're choosing to sit in your chair. Either way, keep your hands stationary as we begin to do shoulder rolls. So inhale your shoulders up to your ears, exhale them back down. Inhale up, exhale back down, inhale up, exhale back down, and then inhale up, exhaling back down. One more inhale up, exhaling back down. Let's stretch out the outside of our shoulders. So take your left hand, place it on the outside of your upper right arm, and pull your arm across the shoulder. We did a very intensely stretching and twisting practice on Saturday in our power yoga class. And yesterday, my student that likes to come for private lessons at the house indicated she was so sore, she wasn't sure if she could do her private lessons. So we modified, and we said, well, why don't we just spend an entire hour and a half, actually, those 90-minute lessons. Why don't we spend it doing gentle stretching? So we actually did a lot. All we did for an hour and a half was intense stretching. By intense, I mean we spent a long time in these poses, allowing the body to naturally open. And one of them was, of course, stretching out the backs of these shoulders that had worked so hard on Saturday. Go ahead and release that. Change hands. Take your right hand and place it on the outside of your left upper forearm and pull your arm close to the body, stretching out the back of that shoulder. And this just made me think of that. We spent so much time releasing the fascia of our tissues yesterday and allowing those muscles that had worked so hard on Saturday to just really get into these long and deep stretches without any pressure, just allowing the body to naturally open. And I'm hoping today she feels really good. I feel fantastic. Okay, now we're going to take our right hand overhead, pat our back, take our left hand against that elbow, and just start to push it backwards slightly to stretch out that area under the arm, stretch out the shoulder a little bit. Very nice. And then switch hands. Pat your upper back with your left hand as you pull your left elbow back with your right hand. Very nice. And then we're going to engage in some cow cats. So, you know the routine. On the inhale, we pull our shoulders down and back as we pull our chest through, allowing our pelvic bowl to tilt forward onto the chair. This might be easier if you move forward a little bit in your chair, actually. So I'm going to do that because I just realized as we go into cat, I'll be hitting the back of the chair. So I'm moving my blocks forward. I need those for height. I'm sitting on the front of my chair now. So having my hands on top of my thighs or in front of my knees, go ahead and inhale. Your heart center forward as you pull your shoulders down and back, open up the throat. And then exhale, reverse that order, tilting your tailbone up as you round your back towards the back of the chair, rounding the shoulders forward, straightening out the arms. Inhale, bring your heart center forward, pulling the shoulders back and down, opening the throat. And then exhale, reverse that order, pulling the back of your spine to the back of the chair, rounding as tightly as you can, allowing all of those muscles to stretch forward. Inhale, reverse that order, pulling your shoulders back and down. And then exhale, pulling the back of your spine towards the back of the chair as you tuck your chin towards your chest. One more inhale, pulling your chest through, pulling your shoulders back and down. And then exhale, reverse that order. And then return to neutral spine. Boy, does that feel good. Okay, move your body slightly to one side of the chair, to the right side. Place your left hand on the left side of the chair. On the inhale, bring your right hand overhead, stretching out your right side body, reaching across as your arm is up alongside your ear, keeping your right hip tacked on the chair. And just starting to open up the side body. If you have back pain, a lot of times if we open up all these muscles of the torso and start to stretch them out, then you don't have muscles pulling against those tender parts of your spine, and it relieves pain. One more inhale. And then on the exhale, bring your right hand down to the chair, scoot your hips over to the left side of the chair, and then bring your left hand overhead on the inhale. Keeping your left hip tacked onto the chair and your right arm alongside your ear, start to curl to the right, reaching as far as you can, as far as feels good. Waking up your side bodies this morning. Inhale, reach, and then exhale, bring your hand down and back to the center of the chair. We're going to engage in some simple neck rolls. So pull your shoulders back and down. Inhale, the crown of your head high to the ceiling. On the exhale, drop your chin. On the inhale, turn your head to the right, moving it towards the back, and then exhaling it to the left and down. Continue doing that, inhaling to the right, keeping your shoulders down and back. At the back of your turn, go to the left, exhaling. Continue turning to the right. At the back, switch to exhaling and down. One more inhale to the right. As you go to the left, begin your exhale as you bring your chin down. Let's reverse that order. Inhale to the left. When you arrive at the back, exhale down to the right. Continue your inhale to the left. At the back, exhale to the right and down. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right, back and down. One more inhale to the left. And then exhale to the right, back and down. Go ahead and nod your head yes and no. And then shake your head right and left. Ah, very nice. We've arrived. We have completely relaxed and stretched out our upper body at the same time. So now let's go ahead and engage in seated spinal twist. I could not remember what I included in the routine. So for seated spinal twist, you have two ways that you can go about this. You can just turn your right shoulder backwards as you twist from your belly, turning your entire torso to the right, allowing your chin and your sternum to be in alignment with one another. Or if you want, you can place your left hand on your right thigh. It can be on top, on the outside, on your knee, and you can reach for your chair behind you or on the bottom of your chair and begin to engage in a more deep twist, a more engaged twist, if you will. Whatever works for you. When you're in the twist, inhale your spine long, and then use your exhale to deepen into your twist. Twists are important because they massage the kidneys. Inhale the crown long, and then exhale, deepen into your twist. Inhale your crown long. Exhale back into your twist. One more inhale. And then exhale, reverse the order of that, returning to neutral. Start your twist to the left first by just turning your left shoulder, allowing your chin and your sternum to turn at the same time. Turning from the belly button. And then place your right hand on the outside of your right thigh. Or place your left hand on the chair and then begin to deepen your twist as you look over your left shoulder, using the strength of your left arm to gently pull your body backwards. Inhale, grow your spine long. And then on the exhale, pull your left shoulder back. Inhale, grow the spine long. Exhale, pulling it back. Inhale, grow your spine long. Exhale, pulling your left shoulder backward. One more inhale. And then exhale, return back to neutral. Now we're going to start to engage our upper body with some movement. Inhale, our hands up, widening the collarbone as we bring our hands together at the top. Exhale, creating space. Grow the crown of your head long, high to the ceiling as you bring your hands down to the side. Inhale, using that length, rise your hands out and up. And then on your exhale, bring your hands out and down as you continue that beautiful length in the spine. Inhale, bring your hands out and up. And then exhale, bring them down. One more inhale up. And then on the exhale, I want you to first lay across your thighs. Allow your head to fall. Allow your hands to fall. Allow your thighs to support your torso. Your first moves of the day can be difficult for your back because it might be stretching you out a little bit more than you're ready to be stretched out first thing in the morning. So then, of course, my advice is always take your time with that. So just go ahead and enjoy this modified forward fold, just laying over your legs. And then what I think we'll do is we'll do a little bit of a seated twist here. So place your right hand in the center of the floor between your feet. Place your left hand in the center of the floor between your feet. Place your right hand on your wrist and just kind of engage in a gentle twist backwards, pulling your right hip back, pulling your right shoulder back, looking over. Don't raise your arm. Just a gentle little twist to increase some stretch in your back. Very nice. And go ahead and place your right hand between your legs, your feet rather. Place your left hand on your hip and do the same thing there. Just increasing that stretch a little bit by drawing your left hip back as you pull your right shoulder back. Very nice. Go ahead and lay across your thighs. And now if you want, you can begin to create some space for your chest to fall in between your thighs. So go ahead and place your hands on your feet and allow your torso, guided by your heart, to begin to descend down to the floor. Keep your sits bones firmly in contact with the chair as you start to allow your chest to descend. Pull your shoulder blades back onto your back to allow protection of your lower spine. Inhale up into a flat spine. And then exhale, fold back down in between your legs, allowing your crown to drop. Inhale back up into a flat spine. And then exhale, drop down allowing the crown of your head to drop to the floor. Inhale back up into a flat spine. And then exhale back down. Inhale, curl your spine up. Just like you would if you were standing, one vertebrae at a time. And then when you arrive at the top and you have your chin down to your chest on the inhale, bring your shoulders up and then back down, pulling your shoulder points together in your back as you gently lift your head up, lifting up your chin, pulling your shoulders back and down, and then gently flutter your eyes open. So that's kind of a half moon salutation that we engaged in just then, or half sun salutation rather. So you can do that in your desk at work. This is a wonderful routine that you can do for work. So take your right foot, your right leg, take your right ankle and just cross it over your left ankle. Now this is your first time opening your hips for the day. You may find this a little uncomfortable to begin. So just allow the gravity of the floor to gently pull your knee down. If you want to support your knee with your hand, you certainly may do that. Protect your knee by pulling your right toes back towards your knee. So you're flexing your foot and kind of pulling your toes down and back to do that, which protects this knee joint a little bit more by engaging this muscle along the outside of your right calf. So sitting here, you can sit like this if you want, or you can join me in a forward fold. So to engage in the forward fold, all you need to do is inhale the crown of your head long. And then exhale, bring your chest forward. You don't have to try to touch your chest or your torso to your leg. You just need to begin to move it forward to have an outside of the hip stretch, a stretch on the back of the hip, pulling those muscles gently away from the spine to create space. This is a wonderful pose if you spend a lot of time sitting at a desk. One of the things that I noticed when people started working at home in March was a lot of people were complaining of back pain. And just think about why that is. Well, one reason was we didn't have the same seating arrangements we might have had at work. Some people might have really, really good ergonomic setups at their offices at work. So you may not have that wonderful chair, or whatever your setup was. You might not have the right angle of your desk to the height of your torso. You might not have your monitor set in such a way that you can be looking up the whole time while you're working. So that was one aspect. Another aspect is when we work at home, we tend to be more sedentary. When we're in the office, we have to get up, we have to go to the copier, we get up to go do things. You might be more active at home, but my guess is most people became very concentrated on staying and doing all of their work from one position, and they had no reason to get up, so they didn't necessarily. And then posture, posture makes such a difference. But, and then when the pandemic first hit, a lot of us were inside because the weather was bad. So we were inside in the rainy and cold weather, sometimes snowy weather, not able to go out and do the usual amount of exercise. This may sound familiar to you. So you may have noticed that my torso has really fallen over my leg now. Now I want you to rise up on the inhale. Gently drop that right leg down, placing your right foot on the floor. Take your left foot and cross it over your right ankle. Same thing. Give it time. I'm going to move my block slightly. Give it time to open up. You might find one side is more open than the other, which is now a cause to talk about balance and the need for balance. In yoga, the body is like a metaphor for life. So we need balance in the body. We need as much as we can achieve right side to left side to really avoid injuries that might come from that disparity. And all of us are more open on one side, and all of us are stronger on one side. But what we want to do is not exploit that openness and that strength that we might have more on one side versus the other. So the idea in yoga is that you always build your practice around your weakest points of your body or your weakest side so that you can strengthen that and bring it up to the level of the other side. But the body is also a metaphor for the balance we need to achieve in life, the balance between work and home life, and family and self-care, and how we handle relationships, and picking the things in life that we will dedicate our energies to, and the things where we need to pull back. It's all about knowing yourself. It's all also about letting go. We might have things we really need to hang strongly onto, or we think we do, until we are forced to let go of them, such as we were in the pandemic. So consider that metaphor of balance in the body as a metaphor for balance in living. Go ahead and begin to move your chest, your heart center forward to increase that stretch along that left thigh. Interestingly enough, this is my more open thigh, or hip, I'm sorry, and I'm feeling it more intensely in this hip this morning. So it's funny how the body is. It's funny how we might think that we're going to be more open, and then we're not. Another aspect of yoga that I'm often telling people about is how the body is like a rubber band. You'll get it all opened up. You will think you're so open and fluid and flexible. And then the next day it feels like a rubber band that has just pulled tight, and you feel like you have to start all over again. You might discover that you have times of the day that your body is more open. And those are the times of the day you might take on more challenging poses that demand greater flexibility and strength. And the times of the day when your body is still waking up and is not as mobile, that's okay. Take a step back and allow yourself in those times to do a little bit less. It's a wonderful metaphor for life, conserving our energy. In some circles, they say balancing all of your spoons. Okay, go ahead and sit up. Very, very good. I hope that felt good to you. And let's take our right knee, clasp our fingers, like interweave our fingers, grab them around our right knee, and pull our right knee close to the chest. You can also grab down by your ankle if that works for you, but I'm recommending you just pull across the front of your knee or just below your knee, pull very tightly against your chest. And then take that knee and just kind of move it out to the side as far as your hips will allow. And then look over your left shoulder. You're just gently opening up this area of the inner thigh, pulling back gently. Inhale, bring your knee forward, place it down, grab your left knee, pull it tightly against your chest. Make sure to remember to continue to breathe, pulling your shoulders away from your ears and down your spine. Now grab the front of your knee and rotate that left leg out to the side, looking over your right shoulder again, a gentle stretch along the inside of the thigh. That's very good. Go ahead and return it to center. Place your foot down. And we're going to do some ankle rolls again. So you can place your hand underneath your thigh if you want. If you don't have the strength to hold your leg up, so you can take your hands, interlace your fingers, and place them underneath your right thigh, pulling your shoulders back and away from your ears at the same time. So not rounding. You want to sit up nice and tall. And then why don't we just do some ankle circles? And then reverse that. And go ahead and point your toes, flex your foot, point your toes, flex your foot, point your toes, flex your foot and bring your toes back, point your toes, and then flex your foot. And go ahead and just bend your knee, so articulating your knee, toes down to the floor, foot to the floor, and then bring it back up. And all you're doing is waking up the muscles of your thigh, bringing some fluidity to your knee joint. Very nice. Keep on doing that. And then stretch that all the way out. Place your right foot down. Take your hands, interlace them, and place them underneath your left thigh. Lift up the thigh, straighten out the leg. And then let's start doing some inside rolls of the ankle. Remember to pull your shoulders back and down. And then reverse that order, turning your foot the other direction to the outside. And then point your toes, flex your foot by pulling your toes back, point your toes, flex your toes back towards the knee, point your toes, flex them back, point your toes, flex them back. And let's start articulating that knee, bringing our foot down, bringing our foot up, bringing our foot down, bringing our foot up, bringing our foot down, bringing it up. And then just continue to move that leg, articulating it, bringing fluid to the joint and also strengthening the thigh at the same time. Very nice. Now, if you have a strap, go ahead and put it around your foot. Bring your foot up. And then I want you to be pulling against that strap as you might want to put it more around the ball of your foot. I do this every time. Okay, so point your toes. This is designed to strengthen your ankles, so your Achilles tendon and your bones of your ankle. And I'm just gently tugging against my strap as I push my foot forward into the strap. And I'm just doing this to create a little bit of resistance. It is strengthening the calf muscle as well. But I have a friend who I'm going to send this to today who injured her ankle. That's you, Manuela, I'm talking about. She injured her ankle, very bad sprain. Sprains can take a long time to recover from. And I recommend this for her all the time. So just do that a little bit more to the degree that it feels good. Go ahead and place that back down, switch sides. So my strap here is actually my yoga bag. It's my yoga strap to carry my yoga mat or to roll up my mat, but it works really great for things like this. So gently pulling against it and start to work your left foot, pointing the toe with a little bit of tension on your strap, pulling it back towards you as you push your foot away. And interestingly enough, like I said, take observance of which side feels different. So my left side, my ankle there is actually much stronger than my right ankle. I can feel a different sensation in the Achilles tendon, whereas my right one, I actually felt my Achilles tendon working. I don't even feel anything on my left Achilles tendon. I don't feel anything in this foot, but it's still strengthening it. It's still good. So I'll take it. It's very important that we work our feet. A lot of people have plantar fasciitis. And one of the reasons people have plantar fasciitis is because we don't engage our feet and use them enough. So it's recommended that you walk barefoot often. Flip-flops are actually not good for our feet at all. If you're going to wear shoes, wear good supportive shoes. But one of the things that we do in yoga is we are forced to engage all the points of our feet as we engage in lots of poses. Our feet are the roots, the foundation. So I often will give you cues on engaging your arches, lifting your toes, and then lowering your toes with your arches lifted. And that that action of pulling the ball of your foot backwards as you're pulling the heel of your foot forward, by doing that, you are in fact working that arch. So it looks like Simon has joined us this morning. It's nice to see you, Simon. I greet you and welcome you, my friend. We are about 45 minutes in, but no worries, it is recorded. I'm going to send you the recording after the class today, okay? Now we're going, hi, nice to see you. So now we're going to, I'm going to move my blocks aside and we're going to turn the chair to the side and do some sun salutation with the chair to the side, and we're going to do some nice downward facing dogs using the chair. So go ahead and stand in front of your chair. Lift up all the toes of your feet. We were just talking about the importance of the foot. Okay, so look down at your feet, lift up all your toes, engage your arches, lift up the skin above your knees, and then pull your belly button in, pull your tailbone down, pull your shoulders back and down. Now lower your toes. Inhale up, creating spine, lengthen the spine. Exhale down as you pull the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Inhale, hands out and up. Exhale down. Inhale, hands out and up. Exhale your hands down. Inhale your hands up. And then on the exhale, go ahead and fold forward. You can place your hands on the chair if you want. Move slightly back so that you have support of the chair. And go ahead and bring your chin towards the chair. Exhale into a flat spine, or inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down, engaging a forward fold, but doing it in a modified way by bringing your chin to the chair. Exhale back up, or inhale up. Exhale down, bringing your chin to the chair. Inhale up. And then exhale, bring your chin to the chair again. And let's, keeping our hands on the chair, move our feet back into a downward facing dog. And just hold on to the chair. Pull your shoulders away from your ears as you allow your heart center to fall down to the floor, figuratively, not literally. Pull your hips back in space, engaging your hamstrings, allowing your hamstrings to stretch out. And just breathe into that, creating as much space as you can. One more inhale. Exhale. And then if you want, move your feet slightly forward. Place your left hand in the center of the chair. Place your right hand on your right hip, and then start to engage in a spinal twist, keeping your hips stationary. Just a little twist along the upper back. Inhale, and then exhale, place your right hand on the chair. Place your left hand on your left hip, and again, start to engage your twist in the opposite direction. So now my twist is going to the left. My right hand is in the center of the chair. Very nice. And so now we are setting up. Your timing is so perfect. We've arrived at your favorite time of the session, Simon. We are about to start our Shavasana for the day. And I know that you enjoy having your feet up the chair. So that's what I had in mind for today. So I'm going to move my chair slightly to the front of my mat. And I'm going to sit my bottom down on the floor. I'm going to place my knees or my shins up on the chair. So it takes a little bit of moving to get there. Now, anybody else that's watching this, If you do not want to lay down on the floor, you can just take a seat in your chair. But I'd like you to lay all the way down or sit all the way back in your chair and allow the back of the chair or the floor to support your hips and your back. So let's start to engage in a scan of our body, starting with our feet. Take an inhale. And then on the exhale, tell all your toes and your arches and your heels and your ankles to relax. Inhale. Drawing your attention towards your shins and your calves. Release any tension in that part of the body. Inhale. And then on the exhale, draw your attention towards your knees and your thighs. Relaxing all of those muscles. Inhale. And then on the exhale, drawing your attention to your hips and your lower belly, allowing the chair or the floor to very firmly support that part of the body. Inhale. On your exhale, draw attention to your midsection in the middle of your back, relaxing all those muscles. Inhale. And then on your exhale, allowing your shoulders to fall down to the floor, relaxing all of your chest muscles, widening your collarbone. Inhale. Exhale, draw attention to your hands, allowing your fingers to gently curl. Your palms are towards the ceiling, releasing all the tension from your hands and your wrists and your forearms and your upper arms. Inhale. Drawing attention towards your neck, the front, the back, and your cranium where it's touching the floor. Inhale. Drawing your attention towards all the skin of your face, relaxing the space across the bridge of your nose, relaxing your forehead. Allowing your eyebrows to melt down towards the sides of your head. One more inhale. Drawing attention to the crown of your head, releasing any tension out of there. Imagining it leaving the top of your head. Continue to lay in Shavasana for a few minutes. And I will play some gentle music for you.
Hey, I gotta quickly go, like, the bathroom.
Okay, thank you. So the chime of that bell is the signal for you to return. So I invite you to start to awaken the body a little bit by wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, maybe shrugging your shoulders a little bit up and down, maybe nodding your head from side to side. And if you desire, join you back in the seated position on the chair. Inhale your hands up. And then exhale your hands down. Inhale your hands up. Exhale your hands down. And then inhale your hands up. Exhale, bring your hands to that space between the eyebrows. Bring them down to the heart center. Inhale.